Something I've been doing in this PC Engine series is that when a release is too similar or too tied in with another game, then I'll fold them into one video. It doesn't make a lot of sense to have 10 videos on the karaoke CDs when it's just two 5-disc series and every release in the series is identical. What I'm saying is, I really should have folded Kore ga Pro Yakyuu 90 into the video for Kore ga Pro Yakyuu 89, because this is the same game. The 89 version released in December, so it hasn't even been a full year between them. There's only been half a season of baseball. How much could they really update? As regular viewers of this channel know, this is far from the first time that a game publisher just changed some numbers in a sports game and then released it again. Namco kicked that off with Pro Yakyuu Family Stadium and the following year's Pro Yakyuu Family Stadium 87, where they didn't even print out a new label for the cartridges, they just put a sticker on it. And Kore ga Pro Yakyuu 90 isn't even the fastest turnaround on this kind of cash-in. ASCII's Best Play Pro Yakyuu had a re-release with a data update less than 3 months after the original game. By 1990, this kind of quick turnaround, minimal update sports release was fairly common in Japan. And in most of the cases, these updates just amounted to changing some names and the numbers that appear on screen, since unless it was a baseball strategy game, the timing of the button press matters more than the batting average of the player. Kore ga Pro Yakyuu 90 is a baseball strategy game. So at least in this instance, those stat updates are actually doing something. The big selling point of the Kore ga Pro Yakyuu series was that they had the Japanese Major League license, all of the teams and all of the players. You've got your choice between Open Mode, which is just picking out 2 teams and going at it, Pennant Mode, which is a whole season, and Versus Mode, which is when you want to compete head-to-head against a friend. Before the game starts, you can change your starting lineup, and sometimes even make substitutions. Once the players are on the field, well, then the game plays itself. You can just sit there and watch the game go out to 9 innings, though you'll probably lose if you only do that. At the very least, you'll need to substitute your pitcher at some point. At any time, you can hit select to bring up a menu, and then you've got options to tell your base runners to do something, your batter to do something, or if you're on defense, then you can reposition your fielders, or let the pitcher know what you want them to throw. And then, once you've given your coaching instructions, then the outcome is usually determined by the player's stats. However, unlike most baseball strategy games, the Kore ga Pro Yakyuu series offers a special feature. You can step into the shoes of one, and only one, player. When you're setting up the game, you can choose someone to have direct control over. And because the PC Engine supports up to 5 players, well, you and all your friends can control over half the team. This was a pretty innovative feature at the time. Nobody else had anything quite like it. When you're controlling the player, then things work a lot more like Family Stadium, and you'll hit button 1 to swing the bat, or point in a direction, hit button 1 to throw the ball there. If you're controlling the pitcher, then what pitch you throw is determined by what direction you're pushing on the pad. It's all the standard interface for a baseball game at the time. If you are controlling a player, then you're still acting as the team coach. This is just giving you something more to do during the game. And even the player that you're controlling has their abilities tied closely to the real-world player's stats. You might choose to throw a curveball and find that the pitch goes wild. So this is more control, but not total control. Kore ga Pro Yakyuu 90 is the last game in the Kore ga Pro Yakyuu series, but it's not the last baseball game that Tosei and Intech are going to release on the PC Engine. I double-checked, and the next 3 baseball games they make are different. So I'll get to those in time. And by in time, I mean about 2.5 months from now. The Kore ga Pro Yakyuu series doesn't get a lot of attention these days in Japan. It's just the way sports games fall. Though since it is a pretty different take on baseball for a video game, I could find a tiny handful of people who appreciated the strategic elements. From my own perspective, I feel like the games are just too slight. It's more approachable than other baseball strategy games I've seen in this project, but that also kind of makes it feel shallow. I'm not really sure that micromanaging your team helps that much. Well, unless you do a lot of intentionally bad decisions. But for the most part, you're just going to be watching Kore ga Pro Yakyuu play itself. The Control 1 player mode is pretty innovative, but I feel like it just doesn't add enough. Kore ga Pro Yakyuu 90 and its prequel are more creative takes on the sports genre than any other baseball game that we're going to see in this project. I think it winds up being too limited to really draw a modern player in.